Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. My name is Aisyah Nur Kamila, and my student ID ends with 031. I'm honored to have this opportunity to present my topic to all of you today. Without further ado, let's begin. I will present on the topic of converting used cooking oil, known as minyak jelantah in Indonesian, into eco-friendly and cost-effective dishwashing soap. Okay, the production of used cooking oil in Indonesia is immense. According to Rahayu et al. 2020, it reaches 157 million liters in the industrial sector and a staggering 1.638 billion liters in from household. This widespread use brings about significant environmental and health concerns. Environmentally, improper disposal can lead to soil contamination, damage to water ecosystems, and disturbance in environmental balance. On the health side, used cooking oil contains harmful compounds like acrolein, posing a cancer risk. To address these issues, our research focused on processing this waste into dishwashing soap through a method called saponification. This process not only helps in reducing the pollutants in our environment, but also supports a circular economy by turning waste into a valuable product. Economically, it decreases the need to purchase commercial cleaning agents, offering a budget-friendly alternative. Our study aimed to achieve two main objectives. First, we seek to identify the steps involved in the soap making process using used cooking oil. Second, we will analyze the quality of the soap produced to ensure it meets particle cleaning standards. The saponification processes is the hydrolysis of fat, which produces fatty acid and glycerol in an alkaline environment using sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. And the soap is essentially a long chain fatty acid with a carboxylate group attached at one end and the long hydrocarbon chain of the other. The hydrocarbon chain is nonpolar and highly soluble in nonpolar substance, following the concept of like dissolve like. The tools used are beaker, measure cylinder, analytical balance, hot plate, pH universal, drop pipette, watch glass, static end clamp, Bunsen burner, glass rod, taste tube, alcohol thermometer, burette, and bottle. And then the materials used are used cooking oil, activated charcoal, potassium hydroxide, hexaphone, citric acid, food coloring, peppermint essential, lemon essentials, aqueous, filter pepper, PP indicator, and oxalic acid. Okay, this is a waste cooking oil filtering and neutralization procedure. Filter was cooking oil to remove solid impurities, measure the initial pH of the oil, heat the waste cooking oil to 40 degrees Celsius at the potassium hydroxide solution for neutralization, perform a pH test after the neutralization process, filter the oil to remove residues after neutralization. And this is waste cooking oil purification procedure. And first, weigh 3 13 grams of activated charcoal. Activated the charcoal using a Bunsen burner for 5 minutes. Add the activated charcoal to the neutralized oil. Stir and heat the mixture for 60 minutes. Filter the oil to spare the activated charcoal and then store the purified oil in glass bottle. And this is procedure for making dishwashing soap. First, prepare 50 milliliter of potassium hydroxide solution, variation 22.5%, 25%, and 27%. And then mix 50 milliliter of calcium or potassium hydroxide solution with 100 milliliter of purified cooking oil. Heat the mixture at 16 to 17 degrees Celsius until emulsified. Let the mixture cool to room temperature. Add citric acid, food coloring, taxophone, and essential oils as additive. And then heat the stir until the soup is homogeneously mixed. And this is procedure for making dishwashing soap and soap pH test. This is mix the solution, combine the ingredients in the beaker and mix thoroughly, and heat the mixture with stirring until the homogeneous solution is formed. Allow the solution to stand until it reaches from room temperature. Transfer the soup into bottle for storage, and this is a soap pH test. Take a small sample, place it on a wet glass, and measure the pH. Perform tests on the sample variation to evaluate the soap quality. And this is form stability test procedure. First, measure 1 gram of soap and place the soap in a test tube and add 4 milliliter of distilled water or aqueous and close the test tube and shake vigorously for 16 seconds. Record the foam heat immediately after shaking and let the foam stand for 5 minutes and measure the final foam heat. And last, free fatty acid test procedure. Measure 2 grams of soap. Mix the soap with 10 milliliter of 96% ethanol. Heat the mixture until it becomes homogeneous and add 3 drops of phenolphthalein or PP indicator and titrate the solution with potassium hydroxide while observing color change, and then note the endpoint color to evaluate the free fatty acid content. And this is result and discussion. The process of making this soap from used cooking oil is carried out through several stages, starting from oil purification to the addition of various additional ingredients. The used cooking oil used in this study was collected from the nut traders behind the chemistry building of FMIPA, Semarang State University, with oil that had been used for frying 3 times. The process of refining used cooking oil aims to remove solid impurities and reduce the contents of impurities that can interfere with the saponification process and affect the quality of soap. After being filtered using a cloth and filter paper, the oil was pH measured and heated to a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius before adding potassium hydroxide 0.1 normal. The purification results showed that the pH of the oil was successfully stabilized at pH 7 after 10 minutes of stirring. To improve the quality of the oil, further purification is carried out using activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is activated by heating using Bunsen for 5 minutes to increase its absorption. A total of 30 grams of activated charcoal is added to the oil. Then the mixture is stirred at 100 degrees Celsius for 16 minutes. The process aims to remove any remaining impurities and reduce unwanted odors. After that, the oil is reduced. The oil is filtered again to separate the activated charcoal from the purified oil. The addition of activated charcoal shows effective result in improving In improving oil clarity, the refined oil has a lighter color and does not smell rancid, indicating that the purification process has gone well. In the study, this soap was made by varying the concentration of potassium hydroxide at three levels, namely 22.5%, 25%, and 27%. The purified oil is mixed with potassium hydroxide solution at a temperature of 16 to 70 degrees Celsius until the saponification reaction is completed, which is characterized by the mixture becoming thick and homogeneous. Citric acid is added to adjust the pH of the soap products, making it safer to use and not causing irritation to the skin. In addition, citric acid also functions as a fixing agent, binding metal ions that might be present in water, thereby increasing the effectiveness of soap in cleaning fat and dirt. Food coloring is also mixed to give a soap an attractive look, while the essential oils, peppermint, and lemon are added as neutral fragrance. The essential oil used in this study not only provide a fresh aroma but also act as a natural antibacterial, which improve the hygienic quality of the soap products. In addition, Texavon is used for the purpose of adding from a soup and assisting in the thickening process of a soup. And this is the organoleptic test and to evaluate the sensory quality of the products, such as appearance, color, aroma, and texture. The result of this test show that the three variants of potassium hydroxide products with a similar consistency, but there are difference in color and viscosity. Soap with concentration of 22.5% and 25% potassium hydroxide looks softer and darker in color compared to the higher concentration, which was 27%. The color products in the soap does not match that added dye, which is green food coloring. Meanwhile, the resulting soap shown a reddish orange color. This is due to the composition of food coloring named brilliant blue and tartazine. The tartazine, which is generally stable at pH 8.5 to 9.8, has a yellow color. Although tartazine stability in optimal around pH 9.8, tartazine can still maintain its yellow appearance at pH 11. This is because although its stability decreases, the color degradation at pH 11 is not significant enough to cause complete loss of yellow color. The yellow color appearance has a slight shift in hue due to change in the interaction of their molecules with the alkaline environment. Meanwhile, brilliant blue compounds, when added to an alkaline solution, will change color to burgundy. Therefore, soaps that have high alkaline properties can cause color change in green food color to reddish orange color. Okay. pH testing of each soap variation shows a different result, shown in table 2. pH test result. pH measurement is carried out using an universal pH indicator to determine the acidity or alkalinity level of the soap products. The results show that variations with higher concentration of potassium hydroxide tend to produce higher pH, indicating more alkaline properties, but some variation, especially with 22.5% potassium hydroxide concentration yielding pH 11 and 25% and 27% yielding pH 12 exceeded the safe range for this soap, which should be between pH 8 and 12 and 11. I'm sorry. And from stability tests are carried out to evaluate the durability of the form products by soap at each variation. The test is carried out by measuring the height of the initial and final form after the soap is left on for 5 minutes. Soap with a concentration of 27% potassium hydroxide showed better form stability compared to the 22.5% and 25% variations shown by Table 3. This is due to the increased amount of alkali, which strengthens the bonds on the soap molecules, resulting in a denser and more stable form after being left on for 5 minutes. This indicates that higher concentration of potassium hydroxide result in more stable forms. And last, free fatty acid testing was carried out to determine the level of free fat asthma in synthetic soap. This test was rigorously tested using a titration method with the solution of potassium hydroxide 0.1 normal. Potassium hydroxide solution of 0.1 normal is a secondary equivalent solution, so it needs to be standardized using oxalic acid, 0.1 normal. The result of the standardization obtained that the concentration of potassium hydroxide was 0.066 normal. Titration was carried out by dissolving soap in 96% ethanol and adding a PP, phenolphthalein indicator that then titrate that standardized potassium hydroxide until a pink color appeared in a solution. The final result was obtained. The fatty acid content presented in Table 4, FFA test result. This shows that in sample variations, the level of free fatty acid was obtained that met the SNI standard. Where good this soap has a free fatty acid content of less than 2.5%. The level of free fatty acid needs to be known because high levels of free fatty acid can reduce the quality of soap in cleaning dirt. And last conclusion is cooking oil can be processed into liquid dish soap through a saponification reaction, which is a reaction between triglycerides and alkaline solution named potassium hydroxide. In this process, the triglycerides are broken down into fatty acid salts or soaps and glycerol. The soap that use cooking oil can be processed into liquid dish soap. The identification of liquid soap quality is carried out by 3 tests named the pH test, from stability test, and free fatty acid test. In the pH test, result by obtained in a variation of 22.5% with a pH of 11, 25% with a pH of 12, and 27% with a pH of 12. This shows that soap is a safe-to-use soap with a variation of 22.5%. In the form stability test, the results were obtained at 22.5% variation of 11.11% and 25% variation of 41.80% and at 27% variation of 68%. The most stable form is at the 27% potassium hydroxide variations. In the free fatty acid test for the 22.5% variations, the free fatty acid content was obtained at 1.7%, and 25% variation was obtained at 1.02%, and the free fatty acid content was obtained at 0.33% for the 27% variations. From the three analyses carried out, it can be concluded that this soap from used cooking oil in the potassium hydroxide 22.5% variations is feasible to use because it meets all SNI standard for this soap. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and for taking the time to listen. Have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.